Hello, I'm Carly Cartwright, a news anchor at The Social Talks. June is LGBTQ+ Pride Month, and 2023's Pride has already kicked off its first week with a bang in the form of corporate promotion. Big-name brands are infamous for their Pride collections, and the good and the bad are making headlines this year, as they almost always do. There are two types of Pride collections. The first is essentially flag merch, regular items embossed with the rainbow flag, and the second are stylized collections. A trend across the board this year was collaborating with LGBT designers to bring their products in store, and also providing not only stylized, but usable products. Like Ralph Lauren's Pride, that features regular clothes for the brand, modeled by LGBT creatives, or Nordstrom's Pride, that collaborated with brands like Tomboy X, which carry compression tops and bottoms. However, the reason for a sudden pushback from rainbow flag collections and towards stylization may not be because companies have finally realized that their consumers find it corny. Target is a consistent supplier of these rainbow flag collections, but this year, some products have been recalled or removed for accusations of marketing LGBTQ ideals to children. Products removed include a book called ABC Deconstructing Gender, tote bags from a brand called Abrella, and a tuck-friendly swimsuit. Target claims they've only been removed in southern U.S. locations, saying in their statement, "For more than a decade, Target has offered an assortment of products aimed at celebrating Pride Month. Since introducing this year's collection, we've experienced threats impacting our team members' sense of safety and well-being while at work. Given these volatile circumstances, we're making adjustments to our plans, including removing items that have been at the center of the most significant controversial behavior." This incident at Target could be seen as a modern milestone in terms of corporate marketing of Pride. Since 2015 in the US, Pride and the subsequent product collections have slowly increased as marketing of inclusivity popularizes to some degree. Companies and groups that choose to exclude themselves also increasingly make waves. But for Target, walking back this year has never been so crucial. Pride 2023 comes at a time in the US when regression for LGBT safety is said to be taking place. An onslaught of anti-LGBT rights and relating bills are being advanced in the US and specifically southern states. No matter its impression, Target is a massive corporation, existing since 1903 and no longer family-owned. Target's current CEO, Brian Cornell, was put in place to some degree to rewrite history, because in 2014, Lady Gaga pulled out of a deal because the former CEO had donated to an anti-gay rights group, Minnesota Forward. During ownership by the former CEO in 2010, an alleged 3/4 of spending was put towards anti-gay politicians and groups. But the current CEO has made several steps in what you might call rainbow washing, claiming he would make a conscious effort towards inclusivity after being shocked by the death of George Floyd. Brian Cornell was honored with the William J. Grise Gender Diversity Award by the Network of Executive Women, and he was one of the business leaders who met Joe Biden in 2020 after he won the election. So a recall of Pride products at this point in Target's rebranding towards inclusivity is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it solidifies funding from conservative consumers and shareholders who the company is ultimately subject to, and on the other, it alienates liberal consumers and collaborators like Lady Gaga. But while Target decided to go one way in protection of their investors and favor of short-term disapproval, Disney has taken another route. Perhaps aware that in combination with legislative changes and the beginning of June and Pride Month, corporate support would be at the height of conversation and national attention, Disney has pulled out of a $1 billion expansion that was said to bring 13,000 jobs to the state of Florida. The change of plans comes from a semi-longstanding feud between Disney and Florida's governor, Ron Desantis, that began because of their criticism of a bill he signed that is being labeled "Don't Say Gay." The bill, 1557, prohibits classroom discussion of gender identity and sexual orientation in certain grade levels. The general sentiment of the bill is to reinforce fundamental rights of parents to make decisions regarding upbringing and control of their children, also authorizing parents to bring action against the school district in such cases. Since the signing of the bill and its opposition by Disney, a slew of threats to Disney's business strategy have come from DeSantis and his supposed allies, prompting Disney to abandon projects in the state. It could be said that it began for moral reasons, but the feud in Florida that surrounds human rights has become a business decision. Ultimately, this Pride Month, Disney and Target chose to move their product away from politicism, be it good or bad. Both companies look to conserve themselves in doing what makes corporate pride so unsuccessful in the first place, desiring to be agreeable. Please continue tuning into the Social Talks for more news and updates about current events.